Well, that's EMF 5. Ah, it's freezing in here. Is this a shade? EMF 5 and freezing. Do you need me to leave the room so that you can write in the book? You see that the second that I stood out of the room, it touched one of the doors? Yeah, definitely a shade. So we are dealing with a shade. It's just a case of getting it to write in the book. I'm stood outside the room, waiting for it to write in the book. So a very easy way to know that you are dealing with a shade: find the room where it is, and then just stand in the room and just observe. Nothing happen in this room while I'm in here. Obviously, the shade can leave the room, so it can interact with stuff outside the room. So if it wants, it could walk into that room and then it could start messing with the doors, or it could walk into the kitchen and start messing with things in there. But as long as I am in here, the shade cannot do anything in this room. I don't even think it can write in the book because I'm in here. So I'm going to stand outside the room again, see if it does anything. Just waiting for it to write in the book. You'll notice that I've got 2 EMF readers, one next to each book. That's just so I know that I know when it writes in the book. If you do have a shade and you're struggling to get evidence from the shade, writing is one of its evidences, and when it does eventually write in the book, it can give EMF 5 as well at the same time because it is an interaction. So I always put an EMF reader on top of the book, so that when I know it writes in the book, I'll hear the EMF go off, and there's a chance it could leave EMF 5 as well. There we go. It wrote in the book, and it left EMF 5. So that's one way you can tell you're dealing with a shade. It literally does nothing if you're in the same room as it. It will wait until you leave. Ugh. Shut up. Yeah, the shade will wait until you leave the room before it starts doing things. If you're in the room with it, it won't be able to do a thing. It won't be able to hunt. It won't be able to do an interaction. It will have to leave the room to do interactions. So yeah, that's one way you can tell you're dealing with a shade. And now I'm going to show you another way that you can tell you're dealing with a shade. So if you have the music box or you have the summoning circle, you can tell it's a shade by using the music box and summoning the shade, or using the summoning circle and summoning the shade. And in most of the time will be the shadowy ghost model. I'll show you now. Let me just drop my sanity a little bit. Alright. So let me activate the shade. Where is it? Didn't even show up. That's weird. It's supposed to activate the ghost. It just didn't activate the ghost. Okay, so we're just outside of the hunting range for the shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a crucifix into the room, and then I'm going to stand in the room, and it should not be able to hunt me at all. We know the shade cannot hunt while I'm in this room, and the shade is, well, it can't hunt from the same room that you're in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here. I should be low enough sanity. In fact, I'm just going to turn that off for a little bit, just so that I can get into full hunting range, and then you'll notice that the shade will not be able to hunt from this room because I'm in here. It might be able to use one of these crucifixes because it might hunt from in there, which it can do, but or it might hunt from like the kitchen or something like that, but it cannot hunt in this room while I'm in here. I've no idea why that didn't work. That's really annoyed me. Usually you'll see the shadowy ghost model, and as you can see, it's not hunting me. Because it cannot hunt from this room while I'm in here. It can hunt in that room, and it can hunt in the kitchen. It can hunt from any other room, but it'll have to walk out of here to initiate a hunt, which it can do. But it can't hunt from this room, so I'm completely safe in here. But as you can see, I'm stood here. It's still freezing in here, and yet nothing is happening. It isn't doing anything at all. But you'll notice that if I leave this room, it will hunt, or it will at least try to. There we go. So now it should be able to hunt, because I'm not in that room. See if I can stand here. There we go. It hunted, because I wasn't in the room. So that's how you can tell you're dealing with a shade. Shades don't do anything while you're in the room. Shades can't hunt while you're in the room, but they can be crafty. They can move rooms. They can leave a room to hunt. They can leave a room to go and do interactions elsewhere. But from its main ghost room, if you're stood in there, it can't do anything. And like I said, the summoning circle and the music box that summon the ghost to do a ghost event, you'll 9 times out of 10 you'll see the shadow model. Mine just didn't work for some reason. But yeah, that's how you can identify a shade on nightmare mode. So best of luck out there. Thank you for watching. See you later.